I am coming to you because I want to finally sit down and talk to you in depth about the Freedom Frequency experience. I know I've launched it a couple weeks ago and I went live about it. And when I was going live about it, I was having some major internet issues. And at that time, it was frustrating me. So I feel like I didn't get all the information out to you exactly the way that I wanted to express to you everything that the experience includes and what we're doing so that you have more information about it. One of the things that spirit has guided me this year specifically is to be less performative in nature. And so I think that there's a lot of performance in spirituality with like channelings and downloads. And for me right now, it's very important for me to get the information to you exactly what this experience is and what this entails, and less important for me to be performative about it. So I'm saying this because I actually have a bunch of notes right behind this, and I'm going to be reading because really my goal of this live is to actually give you the information. And I feel like there's so much performance and there's so much shame and guilt around the story that we tell ourselves that we have to memorize things before we come and talk about them. But these are all my own words. I just wrote it out. And instead of trying to come on here and be fake about it and being like, let me try and perform this for you, I just want to give you the information because this experience, we've been going through it for 2 weeks already. And it's been already something that has been super exciting and transformational for the women that are going through it. So I just wanted to have this here as a, what is this about? How does this work? What to expect? Because it is something that I'm going to be talking about a lot. And it's something that I'm going to launch again in late summer, early fall. So first and foremost, I want to talk about what the Freedom Frequency experience is. So the Freedom Frequency experience is a group coaching container where we work to uncover your current baseline frequency and where you're creating your reality right now and the limitations that you've put on your own frequency, on your own life, into creating something that feels more expansive and free to you. So this is all about uncovering and unlocking and unleashing the parts of you where you're not stepped into your full embodiment and your highest desired reality. So this is for every woman. However, there are two types of women that this seems to fall into more frequently. So first is if you were like me. So if you're like me and you were a high achiever, you did all the things, right? So I went to school, I got a master's, I got a high paying job, I was in an amazing relationship, I got married, we bought a house, we remodeled the house, I was making good money, I had kids. And even though I was meeting all these benchmarks and I hit all my goals and I was pursued everything and hit all the milestones and the markers of what society has told us is a successful or beautiful or achievable life, I still felt very empty. I felt unfulfilled. I felt, like there was lack of purpose in my life. And so that is one aspect, that is one type of woman which this would help a lot immensely. That's why I created this experience, was based off of what I went through to try and find this life that feels fulfilling outside of these matrix or these standard societal benchmarks. And then there's the other type of woman, the one who feels as though you keep wanting to achieve more. There's something that feels really out of grasp to you, or you keep hitting the same struggles or the same limitations or the same thresholds, and you're going after these things and you find yourself in this constant repetitive loop of not being able to achieve things or not being able to gain that fulfillment, and you keep repeating these same patterns and these same circumstances. This experience is really built for every woman in mind, and it looks different for every woman, but the goal here is to help you transform from feeling trapped, stuck, unfulfilled, lack of purpose in any aspect of your life, into embodying and stepping into and activating confidence, expansion, abundance, and freedom in your life. And the purpose of this transformation is to give you the tools, the resources, the blueprint, the practical strategies, and the self-mastery to allow you to activate a life that feels truly free and limitless on your own terms. So whatever that means specifically for you, this will help. So this is how it works. In my research, when I was doing my free coaching calls and doing my research, I uncovered that there are 5 frequencies that every woman has abandoned on a certain level that has prevented us from activating a life that feels very free to us. And I didn't just slap this together. That's something that I really want to be very adamant about, is that this is not something that I just like into thin air. This transformation is an experience that's very strategic, intentional, thorough, a thorough process of alchemization and transformation of your experience. It is something that I based a lot of months of research on. I based this off of my own experience. I based this off of coaching other women, and I based this off of my direct connection with spirit and my higher self, and providing me the information that has specifically coded me to help women activate this transformation. So there was a lot of purpose and a lot of intention when I created this. It wasn't something that I just slapped together, and it isn't something that is just like haphazardly created. It is something that is intended to provide you the tools, the blueprint, the resources to actually activate real transformation in your life. And so a part of this experience when I was developing it was that I did receive a very massive download from spirit, from my highest self, in order to develop the framework of activating the portal to your personal power, so that you can actually step into this life of freedom. It's kind of interesting when this happened, because I want to tell the story. Really what happened was I was getting the call to create something that had to do with transformation. And when I was developing this a year ago, I had about 75% of it developed. I had written it out. I was like, this is what this is going to be. This is what I'm going to provide to people. And I kept getting the intuitive nudge, like, you cannot put this out. You cannot develop this. You cannot sell this, basically. And so I stopped and I listened to that. And I really took a step back, because what this had to do, and one of the things that I do teach in the experience, is having trust in your intuition and trust in the universe, where most people would just push past that because they have to make money. I had to be worried about my income. What was that going to mean for me if I took a step back and didn't sell something right away, or if I didn't create something right away that I could provide to people? But for me, it's much more important for me to, because of, I already had the car and the marriage and the money and all of those things, and I knew those things didn't bring me fulfillment. It was really much more important for me to be in mission, in purpose, and providing something that is actually going to be valuable to you than it was to me to make money. So that's why I stepped back, and I was like, I'm going to listen to my intuition, and I'm going to listen to the universe, and I'm going to do these free coaching calls as a part of my research. And for months, I was just kind of leaning into the unknown of what this even meant. I didn't really know what I was uncovering. I didn't really understand the process as much. All I was doing really was leaning into spirit, leaning into the universe, and leaning into the fact that, okay, this is where I'm being guided. This is where I'm going to trust is the path that I'm supposed to go down. And I did about 20-ish calls, I think 20 to 25, something around there. And as I was falling asleep one night, it literally hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like on my way to fall asleep, and then it popped me out of bed. Like, I had to get up. I had to draw it out. I had to write it all out. I literally got the most intense download with the abandonments, the framework, the limits that every woman is holding, the frequencies that they're not activating in their life in order to step into full empowerment, confidence, abundance, expansion, freedom. And so that, to me, I feel like is very, like, it's kind of going to date me a little bit, but if you've watched Back to the Future, If you watch Back to the Future, Doc has this, I think he hits his head on the kitchen sink, right? And then he gets the idea for the flux capacitor, right? To make the DeLorean travel time. It was very much like that. Like it just hit me and it was like, this is the answer. Oh my gosh, I'm specifically coded to help deliver this, activate this, and help women transform and actually get to this life that feels like I'm not trapped in this loop. I'm not stuck in the matrix. I can't believe I'm just going to repeat this until I die feeling that a lot of us are dragging through our life. So that's the story of that. So this wasn't something, again, that I just slapped together. There was a lot of intention and purpose through the process of developing this. And this was in combination, not only to what my own experience, what I went through with the coaching of other women, but also it was really in combination with Spirit and what Spirit has downloaded to me and my highest self downloaded to me to help other women activate. Mommy. Yes, darling. Mommy. Yes, baby. Yes, give me 2 minutes. I'll go get it for you. All right. So in this experience, sorry that he was just asking me for chocolate milk. So in this experience, you'll learn my signature framework to activate the portal to your personal power. We're going to unlock and unleash the frequencies within you. They already exist within you. They are not anything that you need to relearn. They're things that you have abandoned and you need to reclaim to finally create a life that is magnificent, magical, magnetic, and really free on your own terms. And so with that, we have started, it's been 2 weeks. And the process of this experience is what we're doing right now is we're meeting 2 times a week for an hour at a time. So we're doing 2 hours at a time. There is coaching that's a part of it. There is learning that's a part of it. And I want to read to you this testimonial that I received just this morning from somebody who's going through the experience. So I'm going to go ahead, I pulled this up and I'm just going to read her words exactly as she sent it to me about the experience so far, only 2 weeks in. She said, "Thank you for everything. I've told you before that I've hesitated going to see a therapist or counselor, even though I've known that I needed to work on myself and I need a facilitator for that. And now I see why I wasn't trying to find anyone. I was calling this in instead, which is 1,000 times more effective and way better use of my time. I don't want to live in the past or analyze my past for very long. Yesterday was perfect. You just get straight into the point and then very fucking swiftly move forward. So I appreciate that style and you have no idea. I listen to my sister and my friends that go to see somebody weekly for an hour-long counseling sessions and listening to them. My God, talk about many times how they've been working on a specific thing and how many thousands of dollars they're spending doing it. And I just have never, ever felt called to do that. I would rather stab myself in the eye," she said. "The one exercise yesterday was probably more effective and freeing than 12 months of droning on." Those are exactly her words that she sent me this morning. And so one of the things I do talk about is the benefit of therapy, but why therapy doesn't work for a lot of women in the experience. I do believe that there's a time and place of therapy, but this may trigger you or may not. I don't think that therapy is the most effective way for you to heal in a lot of different circumstances. I'm not saying it's a blanket statement because nothing is black and white, I believe. However, there is a reason why there are so many women who, as a part of my research, I found out have been going to therapy or are going to therapy and they feel like they're still not resolving the issue or that issue is still not going away. And that's something that we talk about in the experience. So what now? So right now the doors are closed for the Freedom Frequency Experience. The women that are in there and enrolled, we're going through the activation together right now. But that doesn't mean that you miss the opportunity for you to join the Freedom Frequency Experience. What I'm doing is I'm planning on opening the doors again, either late summer or early fall. I haven't set the date on that yet. So if you're interested in learning more about the Freedom Frequency Experience, what that entails, what are some of the abandonments, what the portal is, I have made a landing page for you to take a look at with more information in another video explaining what the Freedom Frequency Experience is. The link to that is in my bio, or you can comment on this post, FFE. So FFE as in Freedom Frequency Experience. And I'll go ahead and I'll just DM you the link to that right away. And in that link, there will be a place for you to add yourself to the waitlist. If you're interested in learning more when the time comes, go ahead and add your name to the waitlist. It is a no commitment waitlist. So you are not committed to buy anything. I'm not going to spam you a ton. Your name is just going to be on the waitlist so that I know when the time comes you're interested in learning more, and I'm going to allow you to have access to joining the Freedom Frequency Experience before I open the doors to the public. And just by putting your name on the list, you are going to get a cost savings on your investment. So even if you just are interested in learning more, even what the cost is, I would just put your name on the list. So then that way you have the opportunity for you to get the cost savings if you do decide to enroll with us when I launch it again the second time. So again, there's no commitment. And I know that this is so much more valuable than you can probably conceive in your head right now. It's been such an amazing experience with me being able to channel the information from Spirit and my highest self and be coded to actually deliver this activation to women, and helping women step in not only into their highest selves, their most embodied, confident selves, but their most activated and unleashed and free and limitless life. And so I'm so excited for this. Again, the link is in my bio if you want to learn more information, or if you just want to comment on this post, FFE. I will go ahead and I'll send you the link right now for you to take a look. If you have any questions, you'll have the opportunity to get all of your questions answered once I open the doors again, or you can always DM me. My DMs are always open. I'm just really excited, and I just wanted to provide this little bit of information for you so that you have a little bit of a background and understanding of what we're going through. But join the waitlist.